Well, it's time to shut it down, folks, for the long weekend. We came in on the E-mini. This is our F1 screen. This is where the big money plays. Wanting to be buyers, we thought we had a good chance of taking out 98.50. And as you can see right now, the last trade is 98.25. So we're knocking on the door. Everything is pointed higher, and I don't see any reason not to get a new all-time contract high. It's the way it is into three-day weekends in the indexes. They like to close them unchanged or higher, make people sleep well over the weekend, and they're able to do that without a heck of a lot of work. Everybody plays that game. Fund managers, hedge fund managers, trust department managers. Why? It helps their compensation, and it makes for way less, much fewer phone calls come Monday morning, or Tuesday in this case. So everything here, higher low, higher high, market is pointed higher. Looking at the F2 screen, is it confirmed? And as you could well imagine, it is. Hey, we're actually getting some moisture out of this front out here, so hopefully some of that gets into the wheat crop. Agriculture has been booming around here because of what ethanol has done for all sectors of the ag world, but this year we're going to have we really got problems with the wheat crop. Okay, right here we are at 98. We have a P. Got another P, and today we have a P with a move out of the middle. Comes right out of this high volume area. I'm going to assume we're going to close this thing at 98 or better. So our first resistance is going to be 1900, 1902, 1905, 07. On the support side, it's at 95. That's the last rotate down. We had the breakout from 94. So as far as Globex goes, buying 94, 95s, assuming a close at 98. For Globex, that's a pretty good trade. And then buying our 90, 92 is the trade I like better. But came in today wanting to buy 88s to 90s. The low was right at 89 just before the day session opened. And trade worked out pretty much as envisioned up until now. And my guess is it'll still be there on the close. Okay, on the yesterday morning, 6:45 to be exact, we started saying that the Treasury note would close between 125.5 and 126 even, and we stuck our necks out and said it would close at 125.24. That was the same call this morning. On the last hour, we revised that to 25.5, and the official day session close was 25. So I apologize for missing it yesterday. We were off by a 30-second, but think about the ability to make those kind of calls day in and day out and then see it happen on the screens. You can do that once you understand the profile and are able to bring a little bit of context into it. You don't have to bring a lot. Got a higher low and a higher high right here, so this favors higher prices come Tuesday. Tuesday is the 2-year auction, so I doubt if we're going to see a lot of selling in Globex before we get there. So this one tells us to be buyers, and the context for Tuesday morning tells us to look to the buy side too. Is this confirmed on our F2 screen? If the two time frames, the daily and the 30-minute, are congruent, then you have a much stronger trade recommendation. And you can see right here, we've got a tail, and we've got more volume in the top half, so this is actually a P, and that favors the buy side too. Depending on what goes on in the E-mini. Now 21s is the number where we really wanted to engage all week long. We may have to pay 25s, this high volume number, but hopefully we can get in this 20-21 area. If the E-mini closes strong and starts up Monday night, we have a chance to pull that off. And then the 13 area, 12-13 would be our second buy zone. So I'd like to buy, 17s to 21s. The selling failure at the 28 to the buck is pretty easy to see. So that's it for the note. We came in this morning, wanted to trade from the buy side, wanted to sell failure to take out 28 in the bucks. Our sell recommendation was 27 to 31. The high was 29. We had hoped to buy 21s. That pretty quickly changed into buying the 24 area. Very, very strong market. But predictably so. We knew what was coming. On the 30-year, the point was 136, 137. Mathematically, that close would have been 136.16. The last trade of the day was 137 even, last trade of the day session. This morning we were buyers in the 13 to 17 area. Did not have a chance. This market opened really, really strong and traded right up. So our idea was that we were buyers and we wanted to trade from the long side, and given that, you'd be long. If you're doing a spread, you would be long the 30-year, short the 10. And the knob spread on the close went out at 11.07 of about 9/32, so that's a pretty good trade. For those of you that can't stand all the decisions that you have to make intraday by day trading the knob spread for 8 to 12, 30 seconds during the day session is a pretty good trade too, and it's pretty easy to see which side the fundamentals favor. And so we're on a sell failure to take out 4 to 8. Second sell will be 11 to 15. With a 2-year auction on Tuesday, I don't think we've got a lot of a chance for this market to sell. I'd like to buy 25s or better, 21s to 25s. Might take 29s, don't know. So that'll be our buy zone. On gold is really, really stuck in a range. The economic news coming out regularly is mixed. It's not uniformly bearish, not uniformly bullish, but if you had to pick a side of the market to play economically, it would be once you got past the headlines, the underlying statistics aren't all that strong. So the case for modest growth, not moderate growth, or slowing growth, I think is stronger than moderate to accelerating growth. Nothing's changed, folks. We like to buy that 85, 87 area when possible, and we love to sell against 05. You can just see how the market plays right there. So it's a P put in backwards. P's put in backwards are short covering. So this market's still got a little work to the downside, so we'll put the buy 85 to 87, let them get stops below today's lows. May have to pay 90. We'll just have to see how it goes. And 78 to 80 for buy 2. On the sell side, 95, 97. And in 1300, 1302. I am sounding like a broken record when it comes to gold. Okay, crude was up. This is the official start of driving season, and a lot of people in the oil industry will just come in and they'll buy the spread at the start of trading on Friday before a 3-day weekend, especially at the start of driving season, and see what they've got. We also have the potential for fighting to break out. China has told the United States to butt out of their business. China and Russia have just signed a 30-year deal on nat gas. India is expected to do the same with Russia in the not-too-distant future. Russia has been able to cobble together a coalition with Iran themselves and now China to defy the West. The Cold War is back on, folks. All that work that was done in the 70s separating China from Russia, which helped weaken Russia and break the Iron Curtain, it's gone. And it was squandered by this administration. They made it happen a hell of a lot faster than it was going to happen if it were going to happen. When you provide a vacuum for leadership, somebody's going to jump in and fill it. And Russia plays chess. We don't even play checkers anymore. And our retort against him is, against Putin and what they're doing is, you're so 20th century, or you're so 19th century. And I tell you, if I was Japan, Taiwan, Australia, Thailand, all those countries, I would really, really be rethinking. I'd be arming myself is what I'd do. Okay, sell 1's 50 to 75, sell 2's 105, 102.25, playing for stops above 105. I think they're headed that way. I'm not too big a hurry to get short. On the buy side, the breakout was from 4 1/4, so we'll make 104 even, 104 1/4 buy. The idea that the market won't sell until they get a taste of how much gas was bought this weekend. And one of the things we used to do back in the old days, if we come into the day post a holiday and the market bought or sold on the opening, that's the big guys who know how much gasoline's been used in their system, work in the markets, and you had a real good early indication as to which way the market was going to trade. And the euro, 1 day a week, especially if you live in London, you got a shot at a really, really big trade. Most of the action's over by the time it gets to the United States, but I do think buying 135 puts, buying 135.50 puts, something like that makes some sense. Use a couple of months out, and so your timing doesn't have to be perfect, but structurally this thing's headed for 135. Next stop is 136. Then 35.50, this thing peels off in 50-tick increments. So we got a pretty clean break in the market right here in the 36.50 area. Last rotate up in London was at 50. So 40 to 50, sell 1. 60 to 70, sell 2. Put a little bit under 75. On the buy side, we can make 36 even, 36.10 for buy 1. then 75 plus or minus for buy 2. That's all I have. We've had a great week trading. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you bright and early Tuesday morning. Out of here.